a player, you don't know that many major chords.
Ooh, that's hot. Is it still considered to be a coffee run if you're in a wheelchair? Or is it a coffee ride? Maybe a drive-by? Asking for a friend. Today I actually want to show you a talk that I did a few weeks ago where I share my testimony and I share my story and also how to overcome certain challenges and what I did to overcome my situation and my circumstances. And the reason that I want to share this is because in this time I've had several Zoom meetings with corporations, businesses, team building, individuals, couples, families, you name it. So I realized there is a need for motivation in this time that we're in. And also, I posted some of these videos on my Instagram live. Not everyone was able to watch it, and I promised those people that I will share it again. So while I enjoy this coffee and drive home, enjoy the talk. This place is packed tonight. Glad I brought my own chair. And my school's probably, the high school was about 950 children, and I just got told that this is a primary school, and on campus there's about 2,000 children. So there's a baie vrugbare gemeenskap hierdie. And for the kids that don't know what that means, you can ask your parents tonight. You're welcome. I was very good at sport, rugby more specifically, and I played for my first team there, nearly 50 games, Sharks under 19, to Marty's, and I played for 4 years over there. And one day I was just driving and I just took my eyes off the road for 1 second. I lost control of my car and I had a car accident, and I can remember when the car left the road, as my head smashed through the passenger window and my neck snapped and I passed out. That's the last that I can remember of the accident. And waking up next to the car 20 minutes later and I can't get up. And that is how quickly one's life changes. You play good rugby, you can run a marathon, you can do all these kind of things, and the next moment you can't even get up. You can't even sit up straight in a bed. From there I could just hear, when they found me, I just hear that the ambulance coming and the sirens and stuff, and that's when I knew that I really messed up. Something is seriously wrong. So as I was in the ambulance on my way to the hospital, I could literally feel the life going out of me. My whole body got cold, I was in pain, and I wasn't allowed to have any pain medication at that time because they weren't sure what exactly was going on or what is the extent of the injuries. And I was literally dying in the ambulance, where I was lying there with a broken neck, a broken back, shoulder muscles all torn off, a broken femur, ribs, everything. I was crushed. The car rolled over me. And I was lying in that hospital. I just remember I was praying for my life. I was asking God to save me at that moment. The feeling of almost dying is something that you can't explain to anyone unless you experience it. The next day, I woke up in a hospital bed, knowing exactly what happened, but it all felt like a bad dream, and I was going to wake up at any moment. I couldn't feel from my chest down. When something like this happens to you, someone doesn't come to you, a doctor doesn't come to you and tell you, you're paralyzed now, like there's nothing we can do for you. In my mind, it was, I'm going to have an operation, they're going to fix my back, and I'm going to stand up and walk out of here in the next month, probably. And that was so far from the reality. So you must understand that my identity was in sport. Everyone knew me as a good sportsman, from school, from where I come from and everything. And now all of a sudden, I'm the guy in the wheelchair. And my whole identity got stripped away from me overnight. Finally the day came that I can go home. And I thought, this is it. I can go home and I'm going to regain my life, regain my independence, and finally get back to living. I'm gonna have the old Olwyn back again. And another reality check that is the exact opposite what happened. And soon I found myself sitting at home all alone, and I can't do anything. I can't go running with my dogs, I can't go back to work, I can't do anything. And that's when I contemplated, is it actually still worth living? I honestly thought that it would be better to end my life at that stage. Why would I struggle? Why would I live this life in a wheelchair? Why can't I just take it all away and I can end it right now? And that's the beauty of life though. Your story up until now has already been written. The past is the past, but the future, we can decide what we can do with it. You can literally change your life in an instant. And my life is a living example of that. It was only a decision to try. Best thing that I could have done for myself is just to live in the moment, to live in the now. Because oftentimes I think we live in the past and we live in the future. We don't focus on the right now. Where there's a will, there is a way. I really enjoyed living again because I thought my life was over. And here I rediscovered myself completely. I rediscovered this whole new life. And I realized that I have a second chance at life. And that's when I decided that I'm going to look into sport. Hop in the bike all on my own, and I can go cycling with friends. I can do it on my own, and I can actually feel the rush of moving again. And the beauty of it was, that is one of the few times that I'm not in my wheelchair, is when I go cycling, when I go swimming, or when I go running in a racing chair. Because this wheelchair is constantly with me. It's like wearing a pair of shoes and you can't take them off. After a while it starts to stink, so you just want to get away from it. That's when I started looking at triathlon, because as you noticed, I get bored quite easily. So I thought I need something to challenge me. I need something that can keep my interest. And then I hopped into a pool where I soon realized that I'm unable to swim. My legs sink and I just can't move forward, and that bothered me so much that just learning to swim again. But it's something that scares me so much, but somehow excites me at the same time. And that's what I love, because it makes me feel most alive. You know, say people that this event was more than just a race for me. It was 5 years of being in a certain mentality, being told that I couldn't do certain things, that this is my life. And someone even told me at one stage, she was also in a wheelchair for I think like 14 years, and she told me that life doesn't get any better than this. You must just accept it. And that bothered me so much, and I'll probably never forget that. And at that moment, it was almost just proving to myself that I am well and I am alive, and I can still do all these things. And then lastly, I just want to end off with 3 things. Take responsibility of your life and your future. No one was going to make my life any better except myself. Not my parents, not my friends, not my family. You have to make that decision. And such as, you know, when you're at school, it's quite easy. Your parents can wake you up, they can take you to school, they can force you to learn. But after school, it's only you. It's your life, it's your future. Number 2 is dream big despite your circumstances. As I said, when I got in the wheelchair, I was told that don't dream too big. This is your life. It's in that box. You can't do anything outside of that. You can't swim. You can't do the Ironman. You can't do these things. Just accept it. That's the biggest rubbish there is. You must dream big despite your circumstances. Let your dreams crush your fears. And then number 3, this is quite a deep one, is the last time I jogged on the rugby field, I did not know that could be my last time to do it. And what I'm telling to you is, if you do something, do it 100%, because you never know when will be the last time that you're doing it. And if you go out with that mentality, if you do it every time, 100%, just imagine with what dedication you will do that and where you will end up doing that. Such as anything in life. That's why I try and live my life as if it is the last day. Because on that day, I nearly lost my life, and this is my second chance, and I'm making the best of it.
Okay guys, thank you for watching this week's video, and obviously we don't have enough time to dive deeper into how I did this. And a lot of people think that this is the end of the story, that yes, I've overcome paralysis, and yes, I've overcome anxiety and depression and all these things. But what I actually want to teach you is how to do this, because we all have challenges and we all want to overcome them. I mean, no one wants to live like that oppressed life. And it's simple. We overcome it with our thoughts and our words. And I'd really love to dive deeper into this subject, but let me know down in the comments what you think, and if it is something that you really want to hear. And then I want to dedicate this channel talking more about those kind of subjects, the things that make sense and the things that are relevant to each and every one of you. So thank you for watching this week's video, and I will see you next week. Ek hoop nie al was iets in my neus die hele tyd toe ek afneem hè. Oh, that's alright. Oh man. Clumsy. Clumsy.